if I can get this done right. We're trying to figure out Rubik's Cube. On Rubik's Cube, we have the corners, 1, 2, 3, 4. These 4 corners will cover 3 colors. Let's call them DC, 3 and 4. DC, 63 and 64, 127. 3 colors. Each face carries 9. 3 by 9 is 27. 4 corners equals to 108. 27 times 4, 108. 54 and 54, the sun, 29, 29, 29, 29, and represents 8, human, IT, if you want to call it. 108 becomes 168, 7 by 24 hours in the week, times 2, because of the top and the bottom. 108 and 108 is 216, but 108 becomes 160, 168, equals 336, 12 moons. We've covered the whole outside. We don't need any more. The inside is just another part of the game. That's what expands the outside. So we have 216. 216, or 9 days of 24 hours. 216 is the light of the cube. On the inside, which is over here, over here and over here, there's 2 areas, and 2 areas, and 2 areas. That carries 18. 18 and 18 is 36. 18 and 18 is 36. Do you see the way it creates its own 8 and it crisscrosses its own 8? Everything plays in their own dimension according to how you can connect them in games people play like roulette, in which the payoffs you'll see on the board if you take, well, anyways, let's just skip that. So we went 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 by 18 equals 72. One of the things about 72 is there's 6 centers to all these. 6 centers times 9 is 54, which is the sun. But you can only move 4 and 2. 4 and 2. Here, you're moving 1 center around each other. There's no center. You're turning the ring around each other on each side. We're not going to get to that. Let's get back to this. 18 and 18 is 36, becomes 72 to one side. 72 to one side. 72 of what? Of 8. Why? Because the one in the center does not move. 72 of 8 and 6. 3 here and 3 here, 1 in the center. 3 here and 3 here to 1 in the center. 72, 8, and 6 to the 1 gateway. Why? Because it's the 4 corners to the 2 here is 6 plus the 1 center. And the 4 corners to the 2 here is 6 to the 1 center. So we get a total of 100, 72 and 72, 144. Now we go ahead and we take the center cut. CNC, center cut, number 33 for Christ, that we slipped in between. Over here we have corners. A corner here, 18. A corner here, 18. A corner here, 18. And a corner here, 18. 18 and 18 is 36. And 36 is 72. 72 plus the center one here, the center one here, the center one on the other side, and the center one on this side. We'll keep this at 72 and 36, but right now we're not counting any of the centers. Okay, so when we finish the total, we're at 468. 216, 144, which is 9 days awake times 16 hours is 144. And 9 days of sleep times 8 hours is the 72. The 8 hours actually counts for the H letter, which says 08. The reality is what you can do with your pennies and nickels. I'll explain that after. So the totality is 468. 4 is 4 above and 4 below. You need the center key, the 1 center key that rotates all 6. 1 and 6 equals to the 7 light equals to your 7286. 4 is divided, 4 above, 4 below, 4 in between to 1 gateway. 4 and 4 is 8 to 1 gateway is 7 because everything comes down. Anyways, we don't want to talk about that either. So now we're going to talk about that we did. Now we didn't do, did we do this? Yes. Did we do this? Yes. We did all of these, but in this one, we didn't do the single one. This is the single one. Nobody else is the single one. We didn't count the single one anywhere else. Here we didn't count it. The top and in between, and we didn't count it. So when we count the single one, we have a total of 6 of them on board. But right now, I'm only counting the 4 around the center. The 4 around the center will give 18 to the top and bottom. If I add 18 onto here, you become 234. 234 is your in between 1 and 5, and I'm not sure what they say online, what it means, but I call it jail between 1 and 5. because it's in between the center. Up and down becomes 2, 3, and 4. Around becomes 36, becomes 108. 108 becomes 168. The days of the week, the hours of the week, 7 days a week, 5 days and 2 days. 5 and 2, right in between. The total, 468. 468, 108. The 108 I already added, but it becomes 468. Add 60, you have 528 esophagus, adding up Rubik's Cube. Adding on the last part over here of 18, 9 above and 9 below. At 18, you get a total of 546, the Federation. On this cube, the actuality is there's only 26 cubes on this cube. This one counts for 3. This one counts for 3. This is 1 cube, 2 cubes, 3 cubes, 4 cubes, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 at the top, 8 at the bottom. That's 16. That is your light. Then there are 2. 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, 1 here. Those are 4, and then 4 in between is 8. So you have 16 and 8. 4 times 4, 4 plus 4, make your 16 and 8. Make your 8 night to your 16 day, because of what's in between is the 8. Is the night is in between 8, and the outside is 16, makes 24, flight of the phoenix. Okay, now I don't know what they call that cube inside. So now you have 24, now you have your 8, 4 in the corner, 4 in the corner is 8. Then you have 4 in the inside, 4 in the inside here is 8. 8 and 8 is 16. Then 1 cube over here, 17, 18, 19. Then you have 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. Let's count it again because I don't seem to understand it myself. I know I counted it right, but we're going to count again. There's 8 cubes at the bottom. There's 8 cubes at the top, is 16. There's a cube on each corner, 4, and 4 on the inside is 24. Now there's a cube at the top, 25. There's a cube at the bottom, 26. There's a total of 26. So if you're asking what 2 Venus and 6 Saturn is, that is your Saturn light. There was one other thing inside of here that I wanted to mention. If you compare this to the cube, okay, if you compare this to the cube, we have to understand how the numbers work on the cube. The cube has 7 markings maximum opposite each other. These have opposite each other 18. 18, 18, 18, 54, 18, 18, 18, 54, 18, 18, 18, 54, 50, 50, 50, 162, 162. And it does it all the way around. 216. Now, when we get to 234, because we had a 0 inside of here, we will have to add another 6. So when we accumulate, okay, our 6s, we get from 216 to 222 once we add that 6. Then we get to 282 becomes time heaven. Then we come 288. And you have the whole esophagus. 1.25 times 288 is 360 degrees. There was one other thing I wanted to mention in this. I do not remember. The spindle in the center moves 4 and 2. So the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy is that spindle in the center. 27's and 18 and 9. 9 in one face, 18 in a 2 face, 27 in a 3 face. 666. The 1 dice, the minimum you're going to find on a cube, according to these dots, is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and 30. Why? Because every corner adds up. This corner is 1, this is 9. You turn around the dice, it's 3 and 7, this is 10. This one over here is the 4 corners. 19, 37. This total is 20. So if 6 and 1 is standing up on the dice, is 35. You will have 20, 45, 55, 25, 35, 45, 55, 65. You'll have a total of 70 right here. When the light is up, you have 70 with 2, 3, 4, 5, 76, because 10 equals 16. When you have 5 and 2 up, you have 35, 45, 55, 65, 70 equals 76. Add the 6. 82 time heaven. So let's do that again. When 1 and 6 are up, you get 35 for 2 and 5, and you get 35 for 3 and 4. If you take 5 and put it with 3, you get 40. If you get 2 and put it with 4, you get 30 and 40. 30 equals 36. 40 equals 46 is 82. Time heaven. This is automatic. You have to count it this way. Now, if we want to change it, we would have to go to low shu. Low shu changes all the numbers. Up here in low shu, in this corner. We're going to use the number 3 if you want. Although it's the same, it will still give you a total of 15. But in this area, it'll give you a 4, a 6, and a 5 for 15. In this one, it gives you a 1, a 5, and a 9 for 15. So low shoe will not change the total outcome. The total number count here is 35, 60, 70, 80, 90, 105 in the hand of God, 111, 117, and 6 is 123. 47 times 123 is 5781, which is Venus Moon, and that's in a few years from now. But don't forget, in the 7-game playoff, the 7th game calls the end, and it's over. It's the champion. But at 4 wins, at a minimum of 4 games, we must only play 6 games. So that means in the last 6 years, man has already come to earth. God has taken his rest. Raphael 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus. That's the lowdown of Rubik's Cube, but there's so many breakups to do and so many equations, mixing and matching the numbers. That's when I start getting all these big numbers showing up and I go, oh my God, what do I do with them? I can do something with them, but once I move over towards Messer, we can do a whole lot more, but I don't know any of that Bible talk, and I don't know any of those phrases we're using, but it doesn't matter. Once you implement one area of equation, numbers, and you match the numbers, you're matching the numbers. 1 and 1 is 2. In its own perspective reality, Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. And just to do that video, okay, and I didn't even finish, but just to do that video, these are my scrap papers. And now I remember there was one more thing I wanted to mention. Inside of this, we also have to count it for the singular value. This singular value is 630. 630, 636. This single value is 525. 210, 420, 315. This is 2015. 4 and 3 is 2015. 20 and 15 equals 35 plus 6 is 41. 1 for 1 exchange, 1 for 1 exchange. The one that makes everything else light up is this one over here, the 5 key. 21 plus 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 5 on the high side, 15, 20, 25 on the low side, 30, 40, 50, 60, 75, 85, 90, 105. Is that what I said? 15, 25, 30. Matching 30, the balance is 45, the fox, 5 and 4, the sun. So the more I play with these numbers, the more the numbers are going to start to talk. Now we get to 105 plus 21 the cube equals to 126. We're back to the same number again. 126 and 126 is 252. When you go 252 and you want to have a split one to the left and the right, 252, you need 2 5s. So you take 2 5s, you put together, you got a 10. The 10 will make a 16. Take away the 10, we don't need it, leave the 6. We have 2 5, 6, 2 5, the Mayan count of 25,625. This one will equal to 105 and 21. Let's say it's 165 and 21 because 0 equals 5, so 105 is 165, 175, 185, 186. 1 needs 6 to make 7, 7286. At the same time that we get this, okay, 30, 105, and 6 is 111, and 6 is 117, 711 craps, and now we start to understand the gateway world in where numbers and the ring around the dice are everything you want in the game 7-11 in the casino, and now we have to go to odds and rules and games played and how it works to see the second reality in that. We have to make islands of situations and equations before we can understand, because we can use all the equations everywhere. 2, 3, and 4 is everything. 5, 2, and 8. 5, 2, and 8 is this. 4, 5, and 6 is this. We only have to use 5 once. So this way you'll get 10. This way you'll get 15. You got 25. 5, 10, 15, 25. It says Lovejoy. Thank you for watching. And obviously, why? Because it's center cut. CNC, 33. See, what's funny about Chris Mass is 33. And Christ is 77. 33 and 77. 7 and 3 is Nibiru, the red sun. The red, 3 and 11, 14. The yellow, 1 and 9 is 10. 24, the cat. Plus 6 is 30. Plus 6 is 36. Where does that come from? It comes from the pool balls. Thank you.